Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to do another board game unboxing. This game is called NUSFJORD. It's a work replacement game by Rosenberg, who did Feast for Odin, Agricola, Glass Road, Ora and Labora, Mercator, among many, Caverna, among many others. So this is a fairly recent game. I think it's 2017, 2018, somewhere around there, by one of our favorite developers. And it also includes the Plaice Deck, which is going to add some expansion cards, an Elder, which I'll explain when we get into it, and of course everybody's favorite metal coins. So without further ado, let's check this out. We're recording on our new iPad here, so we're just testing to see how this works out. I think we'll be able to do some things that we couldn't do before. Apologize for any shakiness here. We'll probably end up getting a stand, but right now we're just kind of holding it up and trying to record as best as possible. So let's check it out over here. So it's by Lookout Games, as you can see. It's a game from 1 to 5 players. It has a great solo mode, lots of replayability. 20 to 100 minutes, and ages 12 and above. And let's see if it has the year here somewhere. Made in Germany. There it is, 2018. That's what we thought was around that time. So alright, so let's read about it here. So today, NUSFJORD is a tranquil fishing village in the Lofoten archipelago in northern Norway. 50 years ago, business was booming when the codfish would come spawning. Nowadays, NUSFJORD is more of a museum than a village, with less than 100 inhabitants remaining. Cruise ships until recently would pass by the most abandoned beauty of the island. Now tourists are charged money just to look at the houses and landscape. But travel back into the time and NUSFJORD completely transformed. Sailing ships dominate the fjord, and rocky beauty of the island is marked by vast forests. Visit the heyday of NUSFJORD's maritime commerce and expansion, and success may be yours. So as you can see, lots of stuff you can do on here. Very similar to games like Glass Road or, like I said, Ora and Labora, among others. Also Fields of Arle, a little bit of that in it. So let's check it out. So as you can see, it's a work replacement game and development game, quick gameplay and end of round maintenance. No end of round maintenance. Plays well with 2 players and is also playable solo. So alright, so bear with me as I tear the packaging off with one hand here as I'm holding up the iPad with the other. So it's going to require a little bit of maneuverability here. Oops. I want to scratch it here. Okay. Alright, so let's check it out. A little bit of a challenge here. We have to switch over to our left hand here. To our right, to our right hand. There we go. So we can open that up with our left hand since we are left-handed. Alright. Okay, so let's check this out. See what we got inside. So as usual, we have the rule book to start off with. And in most Rosenberg games, there's usually more than the rule book. There's the appendix here. And it's like a glossary. So the glossary, detailed explanation of the actions of the Elder cards, and a detailed explanation of all the building cards. So Elder and building cards. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if we can hold this on the side here. So there are your elders. Apologize that this is recording sideways, or if you're looking at it sideways. So let's just go back to normal, just in case it is. So you got your architect, your builder, your carpenter. So these guys allow you to do special, they're like rule breakers. So you have to pay your elders by feeding them. But they all give you basically special abilities in the game. Alright, and then, so that's the elders there. And then you have your part 3 is the buildings, so all the buildings and what they do. Lots of cards, lots of buildings in this, so I'm sure most of this is going to be buildings. Again, bear with us as we get used to using this. And now we're just on D. So, again, lots and lots of buildings in here. Feel free to pause it if you'd like to see any of the things here, and I apologize for any glare. All right. Page 8 here. So definitely a lot of replayability in this, and I believe you used to use certain decks of the cards and stuff, maybe. So it adds variability in decks. All right, I think we're almost done here as we hit W. And we have our back page here. So there we go. So there's our appendix. And then we'll get to the rule book here. So basically what it's about, what you're supposed to be doing. That's a player board that's showing there. So we're going to be you're going to be building ships here in order to get fish in, and then you're going to use the fish to put on your shares, as well as feeding your elders and various other things there. Not too many resources in. I think there's just wood and gold. They're pretty much your only resources in here. So it's limited as far as that. You don't have the resource conversion as you do in a lot of Rosenberg games, but fun nonetheless. So this game looks like, this one says 2017, so maybe the original version was 2017 and then the other one's 2018, who knows. All right, so let's check it out here. So your components, so you got your main boards here, like you said, your fish, your wooden tokens, and then your, just the first player ship there. And then your fish plates over here. You're going to be putting your fish on there to feed your elders and stuff. Building supply boards, your player boards there, I believe. And then here are the different buildings. So you have different decks. So the decks are named after different fishes. You have a herring deck, mackerel deck, and catfish deck. And then over here, so you get your elder cards on the right, ship tiles on top. And then the triangles are will go to each player. It's like kind of like a round marker. And then your forests and everything there, fish. So it looks like you can use, those are just for multiple fish. If you have like 5 or 10 or 1, you can use the markers instead of using all the tokens. And these little things, personal supply boards, are very, very small. So that's why they have the gold and stuff is very small in this, and the wood and so forth, the resources. And there are your shares there. And there are your, to put the elders on there. So a certain amount of elders will come out each game. And there are your player boards there. And then of course you have your setup. And then according to the number of players, you're going to put out certain amounts of resources and stuff. And there's your setup up top there, what it looks like. And you can arrange the boards a little differently if you have limited table space. Personal supply. And what you give the markers to and everything. Okay, and then course of play. And then your examples, it looks like right here on this page. So how you do different things. And it's different phases in what you do during the different phases. And then your actions you can take. So serving fish, transferring your reserve, build a building, issue a share, buy all shares. So like I said, it's a work replacement game, so you're going to be putting your worker at a certain spot to do different actions. You have ways of duplicating actions too, depending upon the player count, just like in Feast for Odin. And the solo mode kind of works a little bit like Feast for Odin, if you're familiar with that. Basically, you're going to be taking a round with one color of meeples, you know, player discs, and then you're going to be doing a second round with another color. So in fact, you're blocking yourself, so you can only basically take an action every other round unless you use a special action which allows you to duplicate something. So there you go, there's your player boards for us and your little personal supply thing. And then here, how to use an elder. Take an elder and using an elder. We're just about done here with the rule booklet anyway. Copy an action is, as I was talking about before, you can copy actions. And then here is kind of the different actions that are on the board. And how you have to feed your elders in order to activate them. And then of course your game end and scoring, which is pretty straightforward. It's nothing too difficult from what I've seen. Your different variants, so you can use the different decks and everything, mixing decks also. So, and almost endless replayability, definitely. And then the solo game, so that's good you have it right on back, because I'll be playing it first solo, most likely. But definitely a game that we've been looking forward to playing solo, because we've seen many solo playthroughs, and I know Han Solo, Slicker Drips might do one, I think, and we just saw some, Han Solo was a new one, and we've seen some other ones too, solo mode games, I think it was, among others. So there you go. All right, so those are your rule book and appendix. Oops, as we almost spill our coffee. All right, so here you go. Here is our big bag of meeples here. Being one-handed, I'm not going to take these out. So these are your player pawns here. These are your fish, and then your wood. And that's pretty much it. And there's your first player ship right there. So, pretty standard here. I think these are all wooden. Just that. Take a couple of these out just to show you. Yeah, that's just a wooden fish. And then the small, thin wooden pieces here. Similar to, trying to think of the game that we were just playing that had very thin, Santa Maria. So, no, the wooden stuff isn't very thick. And then here are your, just getting used to where the camera is on this. It's on the bottom right, so we need to flip this around next time we record. All right, so these are, see, your building cards. So just to show you, here's one of the decks here, and then here are your buildings here. So basically, it shows you the resource, the deck. This is deck A. How many victory points it gives you? 2. The resources you need to do to build it, and what it does for you. So a nice big thick deck of those. And I'll show you some more of them, I guess. Try to open this up with our teeth. So little cards. I know a lot of people don't like the little cards. I like them. We always end up sleeving these. Alright. Alright, so we'll show you some of these. Apologize for that. So there's the contractor. And then we have our constructor. And your pond builder. And each guy you can feed 3 times before, once you fill it 3 times, I think you can take one of the fish back into your own supply and the rest of them go away. So pond builder. And there's ways of different comboing each card too. And this deck is the, I think these are just a basic deck. These are the standard deck. I mean, sorry, the elders that come out. I'm thinking of the buildings. But these are actually the different elders, which you guys saw in the booklet, the appendix, which explains what each one of them does. This is a very popular one, the Harbor Master. So it allows you to exchange ships. So it's a big deck of these, quite a few of them. The guy just allows you to build a building. So I think they give you like extra actions too, as well as make actions cheaper and stuff. So not a lot of artwork on these, especially on the buildings, but that's okay. So I don't think these are all elders in here. I think we're just about done the elders. Yeah. Okay, so those are the elders. And then here are so this is the A deck, which is a certain type of fish. Don't ask me what it is. So this is the A deck. So not all of these will come out all the time. And I think we will be playing with a variant, because I know there's a certain cards that only come out like halfway through the game or 2/3 of the way through the game, and we're going to use the Rado variant so that they come out right away, so you kind of know how to build your engine and stuff. Because we'll probably try it both ways just to see which one we like better. But I have a feeling we'll probably like the one in my play group. We'll like the ones where all the buildings, the special end game scoring buildings come out, I think either at the beginning or very close to the beginning, so that way you know how to plan for them and how to build your engine. Because it would kind of stink if I imagine, if you play all game, go building an engine one way, and then the end game scoring cards are all doing something different. So, but we'll probably play with the variant there. These are all A deck cards here. So this one saves you on ships, makes it cheaper, allows you to exchange stuff. Again, not really a lot of artwork on any of these, but that's okay. We're more of the mechanic. So we'll just at least get through this A deck anyway. We won't show you all of them. But something tells me, I want to say it was the C deck that had the special building in-game scoring ones. We'll try it. Okay, now we're into the B deck. Actually, there's not that many of them. We'll just continue to show you these in case you ever wanted to know what all the buildings were. You can pause them at any time. So I believe I want to say it's 7 rounds. I'm not sure exactly, but I think it was 7 rounds for the game. So it goes by pretty quickly. I've seen most of the solo playthroughs within a half an hour or so, right around a half an hour, maybe 40 minutes at the most. But I don't think they were any much longer than that. And that included, a lot of them, those included a rules, and they explained the game too. So you can probably knock it out in about a half an hour once you get going. There's a C deck here, so it's not the C deck ones, I don't think, that had the end game scoring. It must just be, probably some certain cards that have end game scoring. So we'll see if we can find that there. So these are going to get more expensive. It looks like they're getting more expensive. So yeah, they may come out in certain orders. And just to show you the backs of these, yeah, this is the C deck with a different fish on it. Oops, we turned it over. Yeah, no, see, these have some in-game scoring ones on it, so it may be these. Yeah, these are all in-game scoring ones, so I think we're reaching them now. But a lot of these will come out near the end, so we're going to probably have it, so use the variant where it comes out sooner. So around 30 points is probably what you're shooting for, somewhere around there, obviously a little higher. But around 30 is kind of like the average, I guess. I think if you're getting 30 points, you're doing well. So it's not a high scoring, not like a point salad game. Which is good though. So most games are pretty tight. And we're just about done here. All right, and last card. All right, so okay, some more 8 cards are on this side. That was weird. Okay, so now let's show you the. These are all one. Sorry, apologize for the dead space there. So plastic baggies, always a good thing. And then we have our punch outs. We have to get ourselves a knife here, like an X-Acto knife. don't always see the boards here put in plastic, but anything that protects our investment. This is the back of them. Looks like it's got a little like C port in the back here. Ugh. Learning how to do this one-handed is definitely a challenge. I applaud Slicker Drips there, who does everything with the one hand. I'm sorry. Oh, man. Definitely not an easy thing to do one-handed. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so let's see what we got. Now we should be better here. So it looks like these are your shares here, our coins. And again, that's not the whole coin, just what you see in that little, see if I can punch one out just to show you how small they are. So they're really, really small. The metal coins, as you'll see, will be much better than these. And then you have your forests here, which they got a little designs in them. Looks like some breaks in the forest and some little lakes and stuff. So a typical Rosenberg game. And then here for the, I think we put the elders on here. And then the different, these might be for the buildings too, possibly. Yeah, I think these might be for the buildings. And then these are the ships you can buy. So the bigger the ship here, the more it takes. It's got a really interesting mechanism, which I'll try to show you when I get to the player boards. But the more ships, the bigger the ships, the more fish they can get. As you can see, this one gets just one, real small, the cutter. And then this one's a schooner, which gives you 8 fish. Another schooner for 8 fish. And let's see if I can show you. And let's see what else we get here. So these are your personal supply boards, the top other sides of the shares. So for the different player colors. So, and then your multi-fish tokens and whatnot. And then just the back sides of them. Oops, we got something that came out already. These are your boards. Doesn't take up a lot of real estate, but oops, there you go. And show the backs of these. See if they're any different on the other side. No, same thing on the other side. All right, and then here is the main player board, and I think it's got a front and back side depending upon the player count. So it's not really a player board to show you, just this. And I can get this open. It's like folded over, so it's hard to get into it. Alright, so let's see if I can show you that. I'll take this out just to show you. So this is going to be one set of actions, and on the other side is another set. So I think this may be the one for the more players because it's got more stuff on it, I think. Maybe. No, I can't tell from just looking at this. But anyway. So your action board there. More shares. Bigger ships here. More coins. Different shares and different player colors. I think this may be where the elders go, right here on this. More ships. That's pretty much it. There's not really a lot. A lot of this is duplicate. Okay, here's something a little different. Here are the let me get this to focus here a little bit. So these, depending upon the player counts, and this is like the turn order, so it does look like 7 rounds. So each player will get one of these little things here. And then here's the copy action stuff you can put on the, if you have more than, a certain amount of players. And then here's the, I believe this is the solo one. This looks like it's the harder solo one right here, because this one you use 3-player colors. So every 3 rounds, so it blocks more action. So the first round you use red, second round you would use blue, and then you leave them on, and then the third round you would use yellow, but you couldn't use any of the spots that have red or blue on it. And then after the third round you take them back and rinse and repeat. And then this one is the standard Feast of Odin type one, where you're using just 2-player colors, red and green, red and blue. All right, so again, more of the building boards here. The other side is just blue. Just more forests, shares, blue player. And nothing too exciting in here. Just more ships. And these may be for the individual players too. These may not be the main boards. These might be, because it does explain how the round goes. So each player probably gets one of these strips here. That's what I imagine. This is where you put your hired elders. That makes more sense. And then here are the different round markers here. And different player counts, you use different shapes, I guess. So this is probably for the 5-player one, I imagine. Well, definitely a lot more pieces than I thought would be in here. I thought there would be more cards, but. And then this one, yeah, here's the individual. These are the individual player boards. So as you can see, the fishing track, you put your boats on here, and it tells you however amount you cover, that's how many people you can feed each round. And then these are your, so the other one is probably for elders, and then here are the buildings. These are the buildings that you're going to build. So there you go. So these are the individual player boards right here. And you're also going to get the elder board. So it's just more of these. These are the fish track right here. So you're going to feed your fish, put them on here. So the way it works is, say if you had 5, 6, you wanted to do an action and you wanted to do 3 plates of fish, you would have to do 1 fish on the first one, 2 on the second one, and 3 on the third one. And then you would take all but 1 off the board, and those just go back into the supply. So basically it takes 6 fish to do 3 plates of food, but you only get 1 fish off each one of them. It gets progressively more expensive, although here it does look like it kind of levels off a little bit. So you get 1 gold. That's how you get gold primarily, is without any cards or elders or anything. You just get gold from feeding, using a fish to feed them, to make plates. All right, so more player boards here. Oops, upside down, of course. And that's probably for the red player. And I'll show you the back of one of these just to show you. Just like the fishing village there, kind of neat. And just more player boards, it looks like, and more forests. So that's pretty much all that's in the base box there of NUSFJORD. So let's see what's in the. I know this video is going kind of long, so we'll kind of try to keep this quick. But since we showed it in the beginning, we're going to show it here. So here's for the Plaice Deck here, and it's going to have 44 new buildings and a variant elder card. So it's 25 metal coins, and that's pretty much it. So I'll just open it up to show you real quick. Show you what's inside the box. Alright, so we got our instruction booklet here. So it explains the new elder here. And then some of the new buildings here, the agency, auction hall, boat rental, canteen, and so forth. I'll show you the cards. I won't go through all these. But pretty thick booklet of this. Small but thick booklet. Looks like you have, I'm not sure, probably 10, 12 pages, maybe this. Not numbered, so that just explains the new buildings. And here are some of the new buildings. Trying not to gouge myself with the cards. Definitely a challenge trying to get this done with one hand. So as soon as we get a little mount, we'll be fine with this. Well, if you get seasick, this is a fishing game, so it's kind of fitting. It's very thematic. All right, so let me show you the cards here. All right, save your pond. So let's see what's on the backs of these. This is the, so it's the same letter, it's just a different. Oh, okay, I see now. So it's probably A, B, and C for each type of fish. That's the way it goes. So it's A, B, and C for, like, I think it was 3 or 4 different types of fish in the main deck, and then it's going to be A through C of this type of fish. So it's the fish that's specific type of deck, and it's A through C, depending upon, it shows you the order they come out. That makes sense. Okay. So let's see here. Alluvial Forest. Fish and Chips. Forest Office. Agency. Marketplace. Netweaver. Forest Yard. Dry Dock. Fish Frames. Civic Office. Pawn Shop. Smokehouse, again the costs on the left, the victory points on the right. Boat Rental. Export Hall. Salmon Farm. Wood Farm. Okay, now here are the bees, and again you can see it's the same fish. Maybe like a stingray or something, possibly. Some kind of ray, maybe. Marina. Wood Harbor. Harbor Office. Workhouse. Truffle Pig. Fishing Office. And they're all numbered too, so you can look them up in the booklets too, which is cool. Or refer to them on BGG or something maybe. Sawmill. Discharge. Nightclub. Farm. Retreat. And now we get the C's. So again, same fish. Ferry Company. So some of these are probably going to have victory point stuff for endgame scoring. Headquarters. Monument. Auction Hall. Folly. Woodyard. Almost done. Canteen. Model Harbor. Waterfront Chapel. Yeah, some victory point ones here. Transshipment, lots, 7 points there. Wharf Hall. And finally here is the other elder, the architect here. So that is it. That is, oh, I'm sorry, got one more thing. We're not going to open these, but actually, yeah, maybe we will. So these are the coins, the nice metal solid coins here. Very shiny. So there you go. Here's an example one. There's the back side, it looks like. And then the other side right here. Actually, both the same thing. So I'll see if I can show you the difference between the regular coins that came in it, and then of course they're going to be hidden underneath here somewhere. So if I can quickly find a coin here. No. I can't seem to find any of the coins. I found the 10 coins, but I'm not finding the smaller coins. I don't know where they are. I got a big mess over here now. Oh, here they are. Okay. Just so I can kind of show you the difference. So here is your standard coin that came in the thing. And then here is your metal coin. So it doesn't look like size-wise. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, looks like they're a little bit bigger size-wise, but they're nice metal ones anyway. They still wanted to make sure they were able to fit onto the personal supply things, but nice little touch though. So all right, so that is NUSFJORD and the Plaice Deck. So thank you for joining me. It's Eric from Higher Ground Gaming. And we'll see you in the next board game unboxing. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye now. And it's Mr. Brody there. He wants to say hi. Mr. Brody. It's been a while since he's been in the videos, but he wants to say hi to his fans there. And there he is. So he'll be coming back and being a lot more in these videos. Him and Miss Mags. All right, say hi to all your fans, Brody. All right, there. So take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next unboxing video. Bye-bye now.